Testing. So, this is another rant. This is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you raw and unscripted again. Keyword is unscripted. With me, it's always on the fly. I don't have time to script anything. So, this is your host, Steve from the back, as always. This is a buzzed rant, as sometimes we do on this channel. Sometimes we do dip into the alcohol and we rant. Even though, which is significant to this rant, but it's the truth. Human speech is fucking bullshit, first off. Let's just say that, human speech is bullshit. So this rant is basically a deep philosophical type of rant. But I'm gonna rant. Okay? But I have to get it out the way that, human speech is bullshit. And is as the Christians say, is carnal as fuck. Because you're trying to convey what could simply be said, but the means of speech is so slow that you can't really convey even half of what you're trying to convey to another person or whatever, or individual is the better word, by your speech, because speech is just a construct and could never fully encompass a concept like spiritual communication could, or mental could. So let's get that shit out the way. Right. I just had to say that because it's the honest truth. We put so much emphasis on how we hear things or how this shit sounds or whatever. What the person is saying, and in all honesty, that shit is fucking I wouldn't say obsolete, but it's so unadvanced that it's we like to think we're advanced. That's the thing about us as human beings. We always want to think we're so fucking advanced, and not realizing that we're really far behind. Because we look a certain way, and we've been brainwashed a certain way to believe all this stupid shit. So I wanted to talk about something on this rant that I thought was really significant, and that some people may have not really thought of. So you get this whole, in this channel we talk about cryptids on this channel, so this is a cryptid channel. This is a satanic channel. On this channel we speak on cryptids because there is a significance between certain spiritual beliefs and also the connection between those beliefs and the how do I say it? The physical world we live in, which the government and many common people deny the existence of so-called cryptids. That's it's a denial thing. So on this channel we rant about that. We talk about how it's actually laughable, really. And it's a shame, actually. It's just a shame that we live in a society where people are so closed-minded that they don't really want to even believe that these things exist. And what I always have, which is personally a big hang-up for myself, is I'm thinking why do you believe in anything else? Why do you have faith in human beings in themselves? Why do you have faith, so much faith in your next door neighbor or your cousin or your mom or whoever the fuck you have faith? Why do you have so much faith in such a limited being, and you don't believe that something more powerful exists? That's my question, you know. And it's not just because like I'm of a warrior culture. It's not just because of that I actually understand like the concept of if something is more powerful and domineering, that I'm not saying it necessarily means it's as intelligent as even yourself, but what I'm saying is that you just at least would look, like you would at least acknowledge or look into the possibility of it or dig deeper because of that fact, because you understand like the concept of we live in a physical world, something that has physical power. You want to see, okay, well, what's more beyond that? Like, what is there more beyond? Is there more beyond that, really? You know, that's what I mean when I say that. So, what I'm trying to really say with this rant is like, you ever notice how like we already know that the so-called cryptids seem to exude and they seem to kind of exhibit abilities that are beyond what you would consider like an average or even beyond average normal human um level. You know what I mean? Like they seem to be abnormally strong, have senses that are abnormally heightened. You know, they have all these abilities. I'm thinking like, well, let me ask you this question, right? In all seriousness, like as a being, because you know you get all this like you hear all these people talk about, oh well, I'm scared and I was intimidated and I'm this and I was that, you know, this being and I'm all this, and I'm thinking like, well, let me ask you this: if something is that physically domineering and has all those abilities, then do you know how easy it would be for something like that to victimize a person? See, people don't think of it like this. If an intelligent being could easily victimize a person that easily, is it just simply that the cryptid in the being in question necessarily, what is it, that it doesn't have the time? Is it that it just chooses not to? Is it that there's some inherent moral code or just some inherent nature that this being just chooses not to target a person? Or is it maybe that it's had its fill of destruction and goddamn, I'll just say it, like fucking sexual assault on people and cannibalism and whatever, all these depraved, dark, nasty, predatory acts that usually comes to mind when someone thinks of a being that's that physically domineering and that intelligent. They think, oh, these things are out in the woods snatching people up and doing horrible things to people because they're just bullies, because they just can. Because physically, and no bullshit, some of these things are so domineering that you're not going to run. You're not going to be able to run. That's the truth. You're not going to be able to run. You're not going to be able to fight this thing off. You're not going to be able to most likely even deploy a firearm or anything. It's over. But the thing is this is, what about the concept of that these things maybe don't want to actually victimize people? You know, you ever thought of that? About maybe they're actually just minding their own business sometimes. Maybe they're just out there, and maybe they're just living off of the land and actually thriving, but they're very secretive. So maybe they don't always want to murder, rape, and cannibalize human beings. That's all I'm trying to say. That's really all I'm trying to say with this rant. So this rant isn't going to be like a long rant. It's a short rant. But my point is that you maybe never thought of this. maybe consider that. Just because something is more powerful than you are on a physical level, it doesn't mean that it is necessarily predating you or trying to be predatory and trying to forcefully do anything to you. Maybe it's just trying to go about its own way, and maybe it's just trying to exist. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it has to thrive. Maybe this thing has to forage. Maybe it has children. Maybe it has a woman or male or whatever it has back in some secluded place that is trying to, like, guard over and whatever companion or companions it has. You know, that's something that I feel like people don't really seem to understand, nor do they really ever consider that. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is this: I feel like they dehumanize anything that is not exactly like them. People do that a lot. It's like people think like, oh, this big lumbering thing, like, I'm just scared. It's like I'm terrified. And for you soft motherfuckers out there, this is a classic thing that actually really happens. Oh, I shit myself. They're like, I literally saw it and I shit myself. It's like, did you really shit yourself? Goddamn. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you shit yourself. Oh, okay. Like, I know, okay, you're that soft. You're that soft, right? Alright, man. Like, I know we're all from different cultures and we all have different upbringings and different, but damn, you shit yourself? God damn. Like, I don't know I'll be honest, maybe I'm being arrogant, but I don't know, I've never even had the notion to even come close to anything like that. I don't know if I would shit myself if I saw anything. And I'm not saying I'm like the hardest motherfucker that ever lived, but I'm just saying, like, nothing has ever made me come even close to ever wanting to shit myself. In any way or any shape or any form. In any capacity. Like, I've talked about this too in one video, where there was one time where I was face to face with a pit bull that could have tore my face off and was aggressive as fuck. You know what I mean? It was basically trying to show, like, it was dominant. It was trying to let me know that, like, some shit's about to go down. And in my mind, all I could think of was, well, what the fuck's gonna happen? I mean, I don't know. I'm not psychic. But the thing is this. My point is, I was nowhere near shitting myself or anything of that nature. If anything, I was thinking that I'm just going to do what I can to defend myself, if that, against this fucking pit bull. You know what I mean? This is what I mean about people like, you motherfuckers are just built different. And you're on some other shit. Like, you're on I don't know, you're just different. Like, you can't come to the... What I do with these rants is, what I'm trying to do is trying to at least talk to you so you could maybe stop and think that maybe there is another thing out there. Like, because you're so impulsive and so out of control with your emotions. You're just out of control. So fear is a thing that you seem like you can't really the word is calmly. Yeah, you can't really calmly get a grasp on that. You're out of control. So a person like myself has to at least pose the question, like, maybe you could be safe, like, maybe you could be calmed down, possibly. Like, why do you think that it's an impossibility that you can't calm down? That's a question I have to ask. So, like, think of it. Like, pause and really think of it. Can you calm down? Like, can you actually calm down? Like, why can't you? Ask that question to yourself. Like, why can't you? Like, let me tell you this: if anything as horrible as you can imagine was to be going to happen to you, and there's no resisting about this, like, there's no chance you could ever get out of this. like, could you at least be calm? Like, could you just accept that something horrible is going to happen? You could, I guess, right? Even if you have to start from there, which is shitty, at least you could start from there, right? That's what I'm trying to say. You know, just to at least maybe make you think. Like, so my thing is this, man. And I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, because I don't feel like people are ready to really accept what I was about to say. But what I'm going to say is this: is you may have backgrounds in certain things, you may have certain belief systems, but ask yourself this question, and I'm going to close this. Ask yourself, do you know that what you believe is really true? And do you have the courage to question that belief and go outside of that and be calm and controlled enough with your fucking emotions and your actions to take another route? Or are you this? Or are you just that fucking little motherfucker that is a coward that could miss out on possibly a lifetime or years of something that you should have, come into? Like, do you want to be that person? Or do you want to be like every other person in this, that you usually come across? I'm not saying the world, but I'm saying that you usually come across. And are you just frozen by fear and frozen by this and by that, and you just believe some bullshit, and you're just like everybody else? That's the question I have to ask, man. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. This is probably the shortest fucking cryptid rant that I've ever come up with or ever spoke on. But that's the question that I have to ask. Okay? That's the question that I have to ask. And I don't like to say it like that. But this is kind of like, basically saying this is separating the men from the boys and the women from the fucking girls right now. Because what I'm saying is, I'm saying this. I'm saying that in a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, right, okay. I'm saying that I'm just on a different level mentally than the average person. And that's just the honest truth. It's the honest truth. And I don't like to say it because it sounds arrogant, but the problem is this. The problem is it's too easy for little soft motherfuckers like yourselves. That's the problem. That's actually really the problem. It's too easy. It's just too easy for a person like you to fucking exist. It's just too easy. It's too easy for you to say, oh yeah, oh, I feel this way and I believe this, and and then you act that out. That's too fucking easy. A person like myself is too fucking strong, is of too much substance to just do just that. Sorry, that's just the truth. It's just that. That's all that shit is. It really is just that simple. That a person like myself digs deeper and does not accept just the status quo, just the, oh, this is the regular, this is that. A person like myself always goes above and beyond and goes deeper. That's the fucking rant, man. That's a rant. That is the rant. Fuck you and have a nice day. I usually don't end it like that, but I'm ending it like that because it just feels fucking right.